Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the original Loretta Brown Show radio to open the heart, heal the soul, and awaken the consciousness. Mr. Benny Mathers, last week you left a
I'm just
cliff.
awakening. Oh, did I leave a cliffhanger? Was that me?
You left
What?
a cliffhanger.
No.
And you were like, so Loretta, so it's like 5, 1, 5, 25.
You're remembering. Okay.
I
get
did.
a ding for that. Okay, good memory. All right. All right.
Yeah.
And anything else?
So can what?
As I lose my headphones, I'm so
what,
jacked.
What happened? Can you share with us? Was there
Sure.
something special about that day?
Applause. I put a ring on it. Put a ring on it. So I am now engaged. It's been about a full week. Yeah, it was right after the show. A couple hours later, the girlfriend Jessica and I, we went to our little meeting place from way back in the day, 5 years ago, and popped the question. So there you go.
Wow, congratulations.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Absolutely. Just so much love to you guys. And
yep.
Wow.
Yep. Sorry, everybody. Benny's off the market. Sorry. Sorry. It's going to happen. And
this is so exciting. so very exciting. All right. Have you set a date or?
No, we just started the ball rolling. We'll let you know, though. We'll let you know.
Oh, please let me know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, please let me know. Well, couldn't happen to a nicer guy, Benny. Couldn't happen to a nicer guy.
Appreciate it.
Oh, I'm so happy for you. That's just what a wonderful way to.
In short, it kind of worked out the way I had planned it. Just to we were gonna go on a little walk in downtown Renton. That's where we first met up, and of course, it was raining really hard. I mean, typical for Seattle area, and then in what we're dealing with right now. But it is getting better. However, we were waiting for it to break. It never did. So I'm like, ugh. And of course, it was 5/15 of 25, and that was last Thursday. And it's been 5 years of us dating. And so I was like, I got to use the fives numerology thing there.
Absolutely.
And the day was winding up. I'm like, I gotta do something about this. And then we just drove away. And she's like, well, what else do you want to do? Because we drove out of the way to go up there for just like a beer, which we passed 40 other places you could have a beer at any, right? So she knew kind of something was up, but not really. She denies that. I think she did. She's smart. And so I just pulled over in the little park where we initially first met with our cars. And it was during COVID. So we were dealing with that too. So we actually talked, with our distances at first. And then we went on a little walk, but we went back at that original park. And that's where I popped the question.
I love that so much. Thank you for sharing that.
You're welcome.
Just love that so much. So romantic. So while you were talking, I decided to just sort of draw a card to see what about them.
Come on.
What about them?
Okay.
And I got the star.
Oh, right on.
This beautiful card. Look at this beautiful card. So shining, radiant, all kinds of goodness.
Yeah, on her hand. It's shiny. It's shiny. It's sparkly.
They're really, really great. Well, like I said, I'm so excited for
thank you.
So fives. So 5. Yes, all the fives.
5 5.
Yeah. Beautiful. High five.
High five right there.
Five.
Still working on that one.
I'm so excited. I don't know if I can do the show now.
Yes, you can. You're a professional. That's how we roll.
That's right. I'll just take a breath and go back out there and swish and spit and get back out there.
Now we're at the dentist's office. Like, what's going on over here?
No, I was thinking about boxing.
You know how they're like, okay.
And they stick tape on you, and then they're like, "Come on, get back out there,
get back in there,
come on." Yeah, well, that is exciting. I just have to say congratulations again. It's very, very fun. Very fun.
Thank you very much.
Good pastime to do it. Yeah. All right. So now I got to shift from all of that love to I am the owner of Reiki Oasis up here in the Seattle area. Been doing it for almost 30 years. You can find out more about me at ReikiOasis.com. And yes, I am scheduled that far out, just so you know. It's kind of hard to get in right now. And what else is happening? Let's see. My monthly class for women is this Saturday, the Temple of the Divine Feminine. You can join me in person or via Zoom. We have such a wonderful time. And it's a powerful time to come into a circle of women. If that's something that nourishes your soul, check it out. And then guess what? My sacred trip to Egypt. Oh my goodness. Yes, this is not just a trip, it's initiation, it's a journey. It will change you forever. And we are leaving, the trip starts September 30th, goes through October 14th, and then we're going to do a 5-day extension to Petra, Jordan. If you want to be a part of that, send me an email today. Do it now. Send it to reikioasis@gmail.com. Just say that you'd like to know about Egypt, and I'll send you the information on the itinerary. I have just a few seats left. I can kind of stretch it and get some people in there, but
because you know people,
yeah,
on how to stretch things.
Right,
because we all want to be able to
walk like an Egyptian.
It's going to be extra special this year, and there's, like I've said this, Edgar Casey, the sleeping prophet, said there was things under the Sphinx's paw, and the Emerald Tablets of Thoth said that there's something under there, and they finally announced something's under there. Now they're fighting over whether or not there's really something under the pyramids of Giza or not. I'm here to tell you that there probably is, but you're going to want to come. It's a great trip.
Yeah, because then you can
come.
Walk like an Egyptian.
I told Betty we actually do that in Egypt, and we take pictures.
It's pretty funny. I mean, it's kind of like where you're at. It goes.
Yeah, for sure.
It goes very naturally.
Yeah, we have some, Galabaya parties and stuff like that. We do some fun stuff, as well as some deep meditations and regression work, things like that. So,
and I already found what was underneath the paw of the Sphinx. It's the ring for my girlfriend. So I'm sorry, everybody. I had to ruin it for you. You can still go on a trip and,
walk like an Egyptian.
So it totally works that way. All right.
I think it totally works. I love it. I think we're having too much fun. We're going to figure out how to get through my astrology and get my guest on, because you're going to want to listen to her. She's awesome. Yeah. I already know she's awesome. And so let's just dive in here. On Tuesday, we actually went into Gemini season. The sun moved out of the steady, grounded, earthy Taurus into the social, quick-witted air sign of the twins. Oh, Benny has twins.
I do. They're 14 now. Yeah, they'll be 15 in January.
No.
Yeah, and 9th grade. The big box. They're going to the big show, the big high school.
Oh my goodness. You got a lot going on, Mr. Benny.
Totally. Yep. Busy
year. For sure. Busy. I'm thinking about it. Yeah. So anyway, the Gemini twins help us recognize both aspects of our being, our soul and our physical body, because one of the twins is mortal and the other is immortal, which represents our temporary body and our forever soul. And the higher mind, the lower mind, however you want to think about it. Are you of one mind? Are you of two? Well, we get to kind of go through the Gemini season. And then we've been in the Pleiadian portal. We're still in it. It was strongest May 19 through 21. I think today's the 22nd. And what is the Pleiadian portal? It's when the sun aligns directly with Alcyon, the brightest star of the Pleiades. And these are some of the most subtle yet powerful life transmissions of the year, working not through intensity, but through coherence, precision, and remembrance. So expect dream messages, emotional softening, DNA recalibration, and inner connection to the original feminine frequencies encoded in your body. As the sun conjuncts with Alcyon, we receive the Pleiadian wisdom of the divine feminine, and we are being asked to co-create with her. Known as the Seven Sisters, the Pleiadian cluster is the archetype of the divine feminine. So that's why I have my temple this coming Saturday. We're going to pull in that portal energy, and it's going to bring in lots of galactic energies from the central sun. The central sun is our spiritual sun, and sometimes is connected to through the Milky Way, through the goddess Hathor from Egypt. Yeah, I know. I keep just throwing little bits in there, just trying to see if you're listening. There's also major spiritual upgrades to our system, including upgrades to our throat and our solar plexus energy centers. And there's going to be a continuous activation of the stellar gateway chakra And that is the 12th chakra. And that is the gateway to the stars of the higher frequencies, facilitating 12 by 12 interdimensional DNA integration. So what does all that mean? It means that we are going through a time of great change. Some people think we're shifting timelines, or we're just coming out of the Kali Yuga and going into it, emerging into a new time. I think anybody looking at the world can say, yes, things are changing. And all of these things are inviting us to emerge from ourselves, to come out. It's time. I know lots of you are rebirthing, redefining yourself, kind of shaking yourself off a little bit, like, who am I? What am I doing on this planet? And I know our guest is going to help us kind of take a look at maybe how we might do that a little better, maybe remove some of those layers or those blocks. And then Saturday, May 24th, we got a big event. Saturn moves into Aries. Saturn, the big planet Saturn, right? And we're ending it's about a 28 or 29 year cycle. And Saturn has been in Pisces. It's been kind of a challenging time. That Saturn is the Lord of karma, right? Structure kind of can be hard on us. But moving into Aries creates a new karmic cycle to work through. It's one of the key events of this year. Saturn spends about 2.5 years in each sign of the zodiac. So the last time it was in Aries was roughly 28 years ago. And Saturn in Aries indicates a new chapter of self-growth and mastery. Oh, wow. This is perfect energy for my guest. We will be offered new lessons that will challenge us, but ultimately lead us down a new path of maturity. In Aries, Saturn will be working on the relationship with the ego, our relationship with anger and other heated emotions, and what inspires us to take action in the world. As Aries is the first sign of zodiac, we may feel inspired to begin something new. Aries is also the leader of the zodiac, so we may find we take on greater leadership roles in our lives. What's noteworthy about this transit is that Neptune will also be in Aries, meaning that both Saturn and Neptune, the dreamy planet Neptune, will hover close by each other. And while they won't officially meet until 2026, their close interaction will definitely be one to take note of. And if you want to get a deeper understanding of what Saturn in Aries may bring your way, you can look back to themes and patterns that were emerging in your life 28 to 29 years ago. And you can also get with a good astrologer and find out where Aries is in your natal chart. So on that energy, and so much fun energy, it's great energy. I'm bringing in Karen Abrams. Oh yeah, you're going to want to just sit back, get your coffee. If you're in traffic, just, exhale, clear the mind. Karen is a Theta Healing Master Healer, a gifted intuitive, and an international best-selling author renowned for transforming subconscious beliefs to empower entrepreneurs and professionals. Apparently, she has a sharp wit, we'll find out, and profound insight, we'll find out. She's a sought-after guest on over 100 media outlets, including The Aware Show, The Dare to Dream Radio. She's all over the place. She specializes in healing relationships with self, money, body, and the divine, clearing mental blocks, trauma, and self-sabotage through her unique ability to access the subconscious. I think my subconscious is really listening, and communicate with the body. She guides clients to manifest abundance, self-love, and personal power, offering live theta healing sessions to release limiting patterns and align with their highest potential. Welcome to the show, Karen. I feel like I need to jump up and down or roll on the floor or something. Just having you come into the show, like, come on, let's go. Right?
I was gonna ask you if you could introduce me as I walk into the door of my own house. I would think that would really help out. It sounds so special and important.
Don't tempt her. She probably will. Don't do that.
I will send you a recording, Karen, and a theme song. You have to have a theme song. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I'll just tell it. I have a 17-year-old daughter, so that would be really nice. I'm not sure she's that impressed with me. So you're like, honey, here's Loretta Brown. She's going to introduce me so you know who I am.
Every time as I enter the room.
Every time I enter the room,
Right, every time.
I'm an international best-selling author. Listen to me. Clean your room.
Right.
Yeah, whatever.
Dinner time.
Whatever,
Socks off the couch.
I love that comment because it's the living level of life, and we all go
Right.
through it, right?
Right.
Yeah, I've got my kids. I've got kids also, and I think sometimes they're impressed with me, and other times they're just like, "What's going on with her?" Just kinda,
Right. Yeah. If you trip over the line, what do they call that? Is it the third rail where you're like, oh, they love your advice over here, over here, over here, and you say something here, and they're like, you're nuts.
You're nuts. Yeah, exactly.
You
Well, I
are
want to
nuts.
hear your story. I want people to know who you are, Karen,
Sure.
and how'd you get here? How'd you get into all this? How'd you get on the Loretta Brown show, right? Like,
Yeah.
whoa, come
I
on,
know,
girl,
huh?
let's go.
That's pretty amazing. So, so many jokes are coming in right now. I'm gonna stop. So basically, I was introduced to this work called Theta Healing as a bystander. I was sitting on the bleachers watching the game go by, and then I got to jump in. So I had a really great friend who was going through a lot in her life, and she started working with Vienna Steibel, who's the founder of Theta Healing. And I watched her life change in really big areas. Now, she had health issues. These health issues were things that doctors, she was falling through the cracks. The doctors couldn't help her with it. She was in a long-term relationship that wasn't going where she wanted it to go to. And she had so much emotional baggage that even though she was a brilliant businesswoman, she was getting triggered by her clients and getting in fights with them. And that's a big no-no. So needless to say, her business was faltering, even though she was this brilliant woman and savvy and all of these things. And I watched her change all of these things. Her health started changing after working with Vienna for what I believe is a pretty short period of time. And the right practitioners started coming to her to help her out. She transformed her relationship into this beautiful friendship. And then she got out of her own way. The root causes of those triggers started getting healed so that she wasn't on edge, right? She wasn't ready. She didn't have her dukes up. She wasn't ready for confrontation. And her business started taking off. And when that happened, that was where I was at. I wanted my business to take off. And I was doing really well, but I had hit a ceiling, and I couldn't really get past it. And so I decided when Vienna came into town to take her basic Theta Healing class. And after the class, and, I didn't really know much about it, really. And after the class, I had this sense of calm and groundedness and clarity in space. And I went, whoa, what is this? It was new. It was a new feeling. And I had anxiety for 6 years. I've been treated by, and I was still being treated by a therapist at this point for a year and a half. And we got this down from like an 11 to a 3. I mean, we really did great work. And at the same time, I was still waking up startled every day, and my heart was just beating inside my chest really loudly, at least for me to hear and feel all day long. And in that moment of this clarity and this space and this groundedness, I went, oh my gosh, my anxiety is gone. And it was the first time in 6 years that my body had been out of fight or flight. Usually at this point, if I felt any calm feeling, my nervous system would just like kick back in, right? And you're like, oh no, you started the lawnmower again, right? You're like, oh, it's back on. And it didn't. It stayed and it stayed and it stayed. And I went, oh wow. And I just flipped out in the best way and just signed up for Vienna's classes, signed up for practice classes, and went and just hit the ground running. And about 3 weeks in, some of those symptoms started coming back. I was shaking a little bit, but it was nothing in comparison. And then because I started really learning the techniques and practicing them all the time, it just chipped it away till at some point, I honestly do not know, I stopped noticing it, right? The level goes from here, and then at some point it goes right below sea level, and you're not even thinking about it anymore. And that was the point. So many wonderful things happened. I was already in a relationship, which turned into a beautiful marriage. We have a beautiful 17-year-old daughter right now. And right now, I don't know why, she'll be 18, I guess, in a year. So it's just been incredible. My income doubled, my focus became this business. And the other business, even though the other business for me was like a B+, I was always thinking, what's going on? I know there's an A somewhere and I don't know where it is. And I was terrified to look for it. I didn't know what, you know what I mean? When you feel like you're almost there, or maybe you feel like you're not there yet. And I was terrified to go, well, what does that mean? I can't quit what I'm doing and then just go into nothing. And this was it. And I just, in that moment, that was just that landing. I got to do this. I don't know what it is, but I got to do it. And that's how it started.
And so you've been doing theta healing for how long?
Oh my gosh, 20 30 plus 22 or no, 23, going on 23 years right now. And let me just tell you exactly what it is. So yeah, it's my next question.
Your next question.
Yeah, I'm so psychic.
We're tracking.
We're tracking. Yeah, I know, exactly. So it's this powerful meditational technique where you're connecting with your subconscious mind and your inner wisdom at the same time. Now, some people call that inner wisdom, and I'm sure we say that here, God, source, universe. Some people just call it inner wisdom. And it's that spot in us that knows what to do. And we really, to get to that place, it's deep inside of us. And when you marry that really loving divine self and that divine energy with going to that space, you're actually able to identify with conversation, like, what are the bottom beliefs that are holding you back? And usually, what is that? It's like, I'm nothing, I'm worthless, right? I'm unworthy. Everybody passes me by. Nothing ever works out for me. Those kinds of things that I'm sure we've all felt and believed at some point in time. And then we can access those trapped emotions. What do we have a lot of? Probably repressed anger, definitely trauma, definitely betrayal, things just that living a lifetime happen. And when you can shift these beliefs and these feelings, these negative and toxic beliefs, into empowering and uplifting ones, you just start feeling better and lighter, right? And that place inside of you, and I'm sure you felt this before because it happens to me today too. I'm sure it happens to you. When you're like, I know what to do, but I'm not doing it, and I don't know why. So the key is, I don't know why means it's a subconscious belief, right? It's so far down underneath the surface that you can't reach it, and you still obey it, right? And so those barriers, that place, that's where we go to. And it's so remarkable. So when we can go to that spot and shift all of those things, those barriers come down and you're able to take the actions that you need to take to change your life. I always say that your thoughts and your feelings are going to guide your direction. They're going to make your decisions and they're going to shape your life. And when that goes into the good place and the empowering place, it's a whole new game.
Yeah, I obviously we're going to have you tell us more and do more, but I was thinking when you were talking that, yeah, there's an awful lot of this, people saying to me like, Loretta, I know I need to go do that thing. And then I'm like, nope, I'm on the couch eating Cheetos, watching Netflix movies, right? And why can't I, I don't know why, right? Or it's almost like they start to have this idea, this impulse, and then nope, it's not going to go there. The idea that our beliefs are really, really getting in the way, that is so true. And a lot of these beliefs are so old and so dusty and so tired and so limiting. And so aren't we just done with them, right?
Yeah.
We're just done with them. So the theta healing, if I'm understanding you correctly, goes into, and I'm just going to say the level of theta, because we're talking brainwave level here.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
like we have beta,
absolutely.
alpha, theta, delta, gamma,
Absolutely.
Right.
Yeah.
So at that level, you are able to access the subconscious mind.
Right.
And actually, I think theta healing is beautiful. It's a beautiful way of accessing it. There's other ways of accessing it.
Absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Like, for instance, how does that compare to hypnosis, and NLP, things like that?
Well, that's a great question, because the difference is that there's a couple of differences. One is, like I was saying, you're marrying that loving presence from the inside with going into your subconscious mind, so that the beliefs that you're going to change are going to shift into a really empowering place. And you're going to learn the lesson that you were meant to learn, the most loving lesson from whatever's happened. Stuff happens to us, and I don't know if anyone is immune, right? And so we live with that, and it holds us back. It grabs onto our ankles, right? And tries to and stops us from getting where we need to go. And so that's the biggest difference. The other thing is that we say in Theta that there's 4 different levels that this works on. First, our core level, which is everything that's happened in this lifetime. Our ancestral level, which we know affects us. We know from epigenetics that this affects us. Our collective, we call it the history level, which is our collective consciousness, which now we can feel so viscerally because of social media, especially, and texting and all of that sort of thing. And also our past lives. And then the soul level, which is the deepest part of all of those. So in essence, there's a lot of people on your board of directors, right? When you're making decisions, and you make decisions in a split second, and everybody, leans in and gives you their opinion, and then you make your decision. And so if they're loud enough, in the right way, you're going to make a decision that's really in support of yourself. And your boundaries are going to change, and lots of wonderful things are going to happen for you.
I love your explanation. So you're marrying that loving presence.
Yeah.
Which I think that's the whole point. I think that's a big difference.
Yeah.
I think it's really important.
Yeah.
I think I've done a lot of, you know how we are. We have so many tools in our tool bag that we're like, oh man, there's so many tools in there. In order to try to help make these shifts within people to, help them actually do it. And a lot of the things to me feel sterile, or they feel, it's an odd way of talking about it, but I know you know what I'm talking about. When we bring in, like I was talking in the astrology report about bringing in the divine feminine energy, the creative energy, the co-creative, and please, I'm not trying to get in an argument with the listeners about, masculine, feminine, male, female, anything like that. I'm just talking about energies that are structural and energies that are flowing, right? Whether there's a rigidity to it or whether there's a fluidity to it, and bringing in that maybe loving presence, it actually incorporates you and your love and your heart. And maybe that's the thing that we're disconnected from, is loving aspect of our own self, right?
Absolutely. And I can attest to this even personally. I think we live in our heads a lot, right? And especially right now, because there's so much change happening so quickly, and some of it's perceived and some of it's real, and it creates chaos and insecurity. And so that's the first place that you go, is like, well, how do I figure my way out of this?
Yeah.
Right. How am I going to keep my family safe? Or how am I going to be financially secure? Or how am I going to, do all those things? Because the truth is that regardless of what's going on in the world, and, we go through cycles, obviously, with politics and everything, and the general feeling of our collective, that we all deserve a fulfilling life. And so how do we get one? It's like the people during the Depression, right, who became bazillionaires, and other people were riding trains because they didn't have a place to live. And so how do we get there? We get there by aligning ourselves, by listening to that voice and changing those beliefs and feelings at our core, so that we can, just take your next right step. You don't need to get it all in one fell swoop. Some people change and the change happens quickly, and some people change and the change happens gradually. But I always even think that the people who change real quickly, they've been changing along the way, and then this was just the last step to get them there.
Yeah. Yeah. I was also thinking, we're going to take a little station break. Yeah,
Sure.
we'll take a little station break. And when we come back, I want to talk to you about a couple of things and then have you do a session with the audience. But
Sure.
you had mentioned, this is something to think about, so people will come back. You had mentioned about, am I doing my A?
Right.
I want to talk about that when we come back.
Okay,
Yeah.
great.
So this is Loretta Brown, my amazing guest. I love her already. It's Karen Abrams. We feel like old sisters or something.
Yeah, totally.
Like I could hang out with you. I actually could.
Absolutely.
Anyway, let's take a little station break. We'll be right back. Don't go away. And Karen's actually going to do a Theta healing session on the air for the audience. So you're going to want to come back. We'll be right back. It's Loretta Brown.
Cool. All clear.
All families are different, and some have parents or children with little to no eyesight. But this doesn't stop them from sharing the work, play, love, and laughter of family life. Eyesight doesn't define a parent, a child, or a family. What counts is being together. Want to learn more? Visit us on the web at blind.org. The National Federation of the Blind. Live the life you want.
Did you know that Reiki healing can be done at a distance? It's true. So let Reiki Oasis focus powerful energy to help relieve your stress, grief, sadness, anger, and so much more. Convenient, personalized treatments at a distance can increase lightness of being. During your appointment, find a quiet place to lie down or sit to receive healing energies. If you want help with your dis-ease, visit ReikiOasis.com. Harness life's energy. Visit ReikiOasis.com today.
Do you make a positive difference in the world? Do you have a talent, philosophy, base of knowledge, product, or service that you know could help a lot of people if only you could reach them? Join Alternative Talk 1150's family of broadcasters and start walking down a fruitful path. As host of your very own program, dial 425-653-1150 and find out just how affordable it can be to have a show on 1150 AM. That's 425-653-1150. Alternative Talk. We have an opportunity waiting just for you.
Real people, real life, real radio. Alternative Talk 1150.
Hate to interrupt. You guys gotta come back in. Ready? All right. Stand by.
Sometimes a wayward wind rolls in.
Oh, that's great. Welcome back to the original Loretta Brown Show with my guest, Karen Abrams. And just a reminder that these shows are archived. You can download them for free at the KKNW 1150 AM archives for the original Loretta Brown Show, because I'm the original one. And there's probably clones out there. I could use a couple of those, by the way. And you can also find us on iTunes, Spotify, Megaphone, X, YouTube. Oh, I know I've left something out. I always do. You get the idea. We're all over the place. Please go and find previous shows. I've been on the air for years. There's really wonderful people out there. And then we are talking about Theta healing today. And I have Master Theta Healer, Karen Abrams. Before the break, I said that we were going to come back. And I wanted to ask her, when she made the comment about, am I doing my A? I want you to put more words around that for the listening audience. Yeah.
I just felt like I loved what I was doing. I was teaching kids how to study effectively. I always wanted to make a difference in people's life. And that's really the only direction I had. I wasn't really sure. I'm also a musician and a songwriter. So I was like, oh, maybe it's music, and it was never just one answer. And so I got into that work and really loved it, but it still felt like, and that was the business, I couldn't really take it to a level. I got it. I boosted it up and it was really great, but I couldn't take it further than that. And I just knew there was something deeper for me to be doing to help out. And I didn't know what it was. And it wasn't until I had that instant healing with Vienna that I went, oh, I get it. It's deeper. I had originally actually wanted to be a therapist, but my mom, God love her, she taught me something, and I take full responsibility. I take full responsibility. She was a total sponge. She was an emotional sponge. So if you said, I had a bad day, she'd be like, oh, honey, really? Or yeah, I hit my knee on something. Oh God, that must have been so painful, right? So she sponged in all this emotion. And I picked that habit up and didn't know how to undo it. And I thought, well, if I become a therapist, which is what I wanted to do, I'm going to be a nut job, because everybody's energy will be inside of me, their fears, all of their issues, because I'll just take it home and be upset. And I won't be able to relate to people. I'll just be in my head with all of this other stuff. So I knew that I felt like, ooh, I guess that's not the way to access it. And when I discovered Theta Healing, then they have a process to get you into somebody's space and get you out of it. So you can be there and hear things and be there for somebody, then be compassionate and allow somebody to have the experience they're having and support them without taking on their baggage. And that's so important. Yeah. It's one of the most important things you need, because it's so easy. And even today, right, because of how strong the collective is, it's easy to take that energy in. And so you got to have a process to get it out,
Wow. I completely appreciate that.
Yeah.
Completely. As a empathy feely girl myself.
Exactly.
We're working with people. It's interesting. I was actually talking to one of my clients yesterday who's thinking about getting into the quote healing arts, as we say them, and she's such a strong empath, and I'm like, I have an idea for her. So because those boundaries are important, those energetic boundaries. Yeah.
Absolutely.
So I have so many questions for you, but I want to give you time to be able to do some theta healing with the audience. I sometimes think if we take people through it, it just opens it up so people have a better idea of what are we talking about. And I don't know how long you want to take, 5-10 minutes. I don't know what you want to do, Karen. I'm going to kind of leave that up to you.
Okay. Well, let me ask you one question. I'm fine to do whatever. I'm wondering, is there any central issue that you believe that your peeps are going through right now?
Yeah. Okay. I'll pick up a theme because I work with so many people and I do look for the theme. So there is an awful lot of concern about the future and money.
Yeah.
Money, safety, right? Things like that. Yeah.
Perfect. All right. Yeah, that's very big. Certainty, money, safety. Yeah, all of those things. Okay. So what I do with this is I'm just going to come into your space. I'll say, can I come into your space? I'm going to close my eyes because I learned a process to get into that brainwave, to connect to that divine energy. And then when you say yes, you'll be our proxy. Everything is per your permission. Can't do anything to you. You're just allowing something to happen. Okay. It comes from within you. All right. So, and then I'll just ask you questions and you can answer them. All right.
Yeah. Okay.
So is it okay if I come into your space?
Yes.
Okay. And then everybody out there in Reiki Oasis land, that's what you can do too.
The airwaves.
The airwaves.
The show goes everywhere. It actually goes all around the world. Yeah.
That's awesome. So everywhere you are, hello, everyone. You can just say yes. And let's make sure this comes to everyone in all languages and on all levels.
Yes.
So even your ancestors can't hide their information in a file that has a different language in there. Okay. And you may feel something, you may not, and both of them are okay. Because I asked for a feeling just because I wanted some sort of kinesthetic signal that something's going on, but you don't have to feel a thing. Okay. And so the first thing that we're going to do actually is what is this? Okay. We're going to do some basic theta healing, like that foundational stuff that really helps you receive any healing you get from going to a doctor, from working with an amazing healer to walking on the beach with your friend and talking. Okay. So we're going to start with, and is there any word that sounds great to you as far as inner wisdom or source or God or universe? Is there any word that everybody loves a lot with you?
With me personally, you mean?
Yeah,
Like,
sure. You
okay.
personally and your community.
I either say the divine or the creator source.
Okay, sure. So let's
So-
just bring in and let you know what the divine's feeling of unconditional love is. And is that all right?
Yes.
Okay. So it's going to go through every cell of your body. And then would you like to know that you're deserving of receiving this unconditional love?
Yes.
Awesome. And let you know, would you like to know how to and what it feels like to receive it?
Yes.
Okay. And showing you that you're worthy of receiving this. Here we go.
Yes.
And then, yay. And would you like to know what the divine's joy feels like?
Yes.
All right. Sometimes we forget. So this is good. And then would you like to know that you're deserving of receiving the divine's joy?
Yes.
And how to and what it feels like to receive it?
Yes.
Awesome. And would you like to know what Source's support feels like?
Yes.
Yay. And then would you like to know you're deserving of receiving this support?
Yes.
And how to and what it feels like to receive it?
Oh, yes.
Cool. And then how to and what it feels like to recognize it?
Yes.
And that's really important because the universe comes in both big and little ways to show us. And what we focus on starts happening more and more in our life and starts showing up more and more in our life. So even getting a parking spot in front of your favorite Trader Joe's and celebrating it in that moment is really important. Anything, any little thing, and it'll build. Okay.
Yes.
Would you like to know what self-acceptance feels like from the divine perspective?
Yes.
And would you like to know that you're deserving of accepting yourself unconditionally from the inside out?
Yes.
Yay. And know how to and what that feels like.
Oh, yes.
Yay. Woohoo. And let you know who you are from the divine's perspective, being able to unconditionally accept yourself from the inside out.
Yes.
Good job. Okay, I'm just watching that energy go through you. It feels really good. And what is coming up here? Would you like to know? Let's see. Oh, here it is. Self-love. Would you like to know what the divine self-love feels like?
Yes.
Yay. All right. Would you like to know you're deserving of loving yourself unconditionally from the inside out?
Yes.
Yay.
Yeah.
What that feels like and that you deserve it.
Yes.
Let that go through every cell of your body. There we go. And then, like I was talking about earlier, let's bring in Source's healthy boundaries. There we go. That's really important.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
And show you that you're deserving of receiving them and how to and what it feels like to receive them. Is that okay?
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
And also right here, how to and what it feels like to be able to say no when it's appropriate.
Yes.
And also say yes when it's appropriate.
Yes.
Okay, so one of the things that's coming up now is very common, especially with healers and people who are sensitive and energy sensitive, that we tend to sacrifice ourselves for the greater good. So, and those are unconscious vows, and those are vows or promises that last way too long, like they go 24/7. And so in this work, we complete and finish them because a lot of them came around out of integrity and honor because you wanted to save the world and save your family and save humanity. And this one, to sacrifice yourself for the greater good. And so when we complete and finish them, which we're going to do that right now, if that's okay with you,
Yes.
then it frees you up to make a decision about what you'd like to do. Okay. So if you want to save the world, if you want to save your family and save your friends, you can do that, but you can clock in and you can clock out. For us, and that's very important. And then the ones that are more destructive, like sacrificing yourself, that we can stop that. There's also another one that's coming up that's a very mama energy, and that is let's complete and finish the vows to take on everybody else's energy, emotion, and experience in order to heal them, to save them and for
Mm.
all the other reasons that you do that. Is that okay?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, yes,
And
yes.
then because of that, let's get out all that energy that never belonged to you in the first place.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
let that go. And we're going to replace it with God's unconditional love and understanding and compassion.
Yes.
There we go. And let's also let you know that you are deserving of the divine's compassion and understanding and love.
Yes.
Deserving of receiving it, showing you how to and what it feels like to receive it.
Yes.
We cover our bases here. And also show you what the divine's self-compassion feels like. Because these are all really, really
Yes.
important things. And know that you're deserving of and feel that you're deserving of receiving self-compassion.
Yes.
Okay. So these are a big, it's the foundation also for money and creating certainty in your life too. And
Mhm.
another place that a lot of, and men do this too. So I know it's a mama trait and men do this too. And it's being able to receive. We need to become a big receiver,
Mm.
bigger than we are.
Mhm.
So we receive a lot, you receive love, like you said, the places in your life that are going really well are the places where you're receiving the most, just so you know.
Yes.
And so let's show you that you're deserving of receiving from all benevolent sources that are divine. How's that from the divine?
Yes, yes.
That it's okay and it's safe for you to receive from all divine benevolent sources.
Yes.
There we go. And there we go.
Yeah.
So that you can allow more
Yes.
money to come in. Like, I know a lot of people feel like they hit money ceilings, and Gay Hendricks called that the upper limit issue.
Mhm.
And so everybody has it. You can have it going from 100 to 1,000, 1,000 from 100 to 100,000 and up, right? You can go from 1 million to, 100 million. Wherever it is, it's there somewhere.
Yes.
And so what we're doing
Yeah.
here is noticing where yours is. Where is that place? Where is that figure that it seems like you have a problem, right?
Mhm.
Have an
Yeah.
issue.
Yes. Yes.
And so it's this space that we're going to go to, and where you feel like, oh, it's too much money. And you can think of that in your head too. You can say, is $1,000 too much money? Is 10,000? And just listen to my words and see if 20,000, 40,000, is 100,000, is 200,000 too much? Is 400,000 too much? Is 800,000? Can you do all those things? Wherever you hit it, 1.6 million, 3.2, 6.4, 12.8 million. And just keep going wherever you hit that spot, right?
Mhm. Yeah.
25.6 million. Wherever you hit that spot, let's allow you to show you how to put grace in that space
Mhm.
and light.
Mhm.
Wherever that
Mhm.
first one is, it's okay wherever it is. We're going to show you how to do this without judging yourself harshly.
Mhm. Yes.
To allow yourself to jump from wherever you are, whatever your income is right now. See if it's okay for you to double it. And
Yes.
wherever it is or more, as we went up here, that's fine. Let's just put grace in that space. Wherever
Yes.
that ceiling is, and showing you how to and what it feels like to love yourself in this space, because allowing more money into your life, allowing more financial abundance is just loving yourself more in this space.
Yes.
And that's real, real important. And let's show you how to and what it feels like to be able to handle more money than you have right now.
Yes.
Effectively,
Yes. Yes.
intelligently,
Yes.
and lovingly, what that feels like. And show you that it's possible also to avoid what we call a snapback, which is when you make a chunk of money and then something happens and it takes it away. Like, right, that's when your car
Yeah.
dies or something like that happens.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
So, and one of the ways that you can do that is, let's show you how to keep track of your money. The best thing that you can do is become a loving friend of your money. Think of your
Yes.
money as your best friend. How would you treat, and let's give you that divine insight. How would you treat your money if it were your best friend?
Yes.
Right? You know how to have a
Mhm,
best friend.
mhm.
You know what to do. You're honest with them. You never avoid them. Why would you avoid your best friend? You never take advantage of them. Why would you do that to your best friend? Right? You never cross
Mhm.
their boundaries, or if you do, you apologize and you re-up, right? So all of those things that show you how to translate that into money. Visit your bank accounts. Start connecting with your clients and showing and being there for them at a whole new level of service. How can I help you today? How are you doing? Even if they're not coming to you right away, why don't you check in and see how they're doing? Without coming with the, oh my God, I want an appointment from you. No, just come from a place of love. How are you doing today? Because that relationship is important and you know it is. And if you're lucky, which I hope you are, you love your clients. That's when you know you're in a good business, because you love your clients. And if you don't love your clients, let's show you how to find the ones that are lovable, right? To be in alignment with who you are and make those decisions. And also let's show you how to, this is what's coming up. Show you what it feels like to get your needs met, and that you're deserving of getting your needs met. From
Yes.
a divine perspective. This is a big one.
Yes.
And that it's okay to put the oxygen mask on yourself first and get your needs met first, because it's going to help save you, because you're still going to be helping your children. You're still going to be raising your children. You're still going to be helping your aging parents. You're still going to be helping your spouse. You're still going to be working in your business. And when you give yourself that me time and you get your needs met, it will rejuvenate you.
Yes.
Even 5 minutes of it doing something you really love. Let's show you how to lean into what really makes you happy. And even if you don't know what that is, just go back to what used to make you happy and start from there. All right. And then let's show you that it's possible for this to spread out into your personal abundance and your relationships. There we go. And I will, and just bring that hope back into you and bring that sense of co-creation back in your arms, back in your hands, back in your field, so that you know, and give you that insight into what's your next best right step, so that you can bring in more financial abundance now.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
Why don't we complete here? Is it all right if I give everybody, if they get if Creator, excuse me, gives everybody a body healing? Is that all right?
Yes.
All right, so let's do a full body healing here.
Yep.
Whee!
Real quick. Yep.
And let you know who you are from the divine perspective, with all these changes that will continue to evolve. There you go.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Bring you back into your body, ground
Come
you
all
out.
the way back.
Right. Come all the way back. Bring that grounding energy all the way back, all the way up to your head and every cell of your body.
Wow. Wow. So much gratitude for that. And I would love to go on. We've only got like the 2 minutes left. I want to say this though, and we don't have time to talk about it, but when you were doing the money thing, I came up with a self-sabotage little thing that was like, oh no, it just kept going back to this thing. And I'm like, oh, I see what's going on there.
Right.
So, wow. When you do a session with someone, how long does it last?
Well, I work with people one-on-one, a half an hour or an hour session.
Okay.
And then I also do classes that are hour-longs once a week, group sessions.
Yeah.
And go ahead.
And because we're down to like 1 minute, I want you to tell people how to find you. And I think you have an offer for people. I'm just going to let you put that in there real quick.
Okay, so thinktheta.com, THINK, Theta, THETA.com. Go there, sign up for my email address, because I have a free preview of a wealth class that I'm going to be teaching. The free preview is June 11th at 12 p.m. Pacific. So sign up and you'll get the link and we can play from there. And it's 45 minutes. It's really a fun little time. Wow.
I'm still altered. That did so many things. Wow. Thank you. I think I'm ready for what I got to do now. All ready to go, Karen.
Awesome.
Yeah. So last words for the listening audience. And
You know, whatever happens to you matters. And it's so important for you to take that into consideration, that you can learn the most loving lesson from what has happened to you in your life and really turn that into gold for yourself on the inside and on the outside.
gold on the inside.
Yeah.
Yes. So my guest today, Karen Abrams, you just got to go check her out. Theta Healing. It's the bomb. And Benny Mathers, congratulations to you. To everybody out there, have a fantastic week and love on each other. Yeah, do it. Why not? Yeah, this is Loretta Brown. We'll talk to you next time. Bye-bye.